Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we will be making a deep purple set inspired by some butterflies. So without further ado, here are the gel polishes we'll be using. So starting off, we will be using some Semilac, and it's this gorgeous purple. I don't know, it's probably the darkest shade of purple that we'll be using in today's set. We've got some black from Venalisa. I don't know why I decided to show you. It's just a simple black, but there we go. There's the black right there. And lastly, we'll be using a pinky purpley kind of color from Makartt called Toucan, I think. And it's this pinky purpley, don't know, kind of color going on. I wanted a bit of a contrast. So we've got some black, we've got some light purple, and we've got some dark purple. Here are some gold flakes, and I'm so excited that I got to use them today because I've had them for such a long time, and they're quite hard to use, I find, anyways, because they're, you know, different shapes and sizes. I don't know how to use them, so you managed to incorporate it in today's set. And lastly, we'll be also using some Glitterbels Unbelievable Gel, and they've got this gorgeous gold colored unbelievable gel. I think it's called Swagger, and it's so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to use that to do some extra detailing in our marble, which I think came out super gorgeous. So starting off with our first nail, of course, if you know me, you know I am starting off with a sugared nail. So we've done one coat of that Makartt gel polish, and now we are going in with our second layer. And with the second layer, you're not curing it. I am going to apply glitter on top of that uncured gel, and then once I'm happy, I will pop it into the lamp, and in the lamp it's going to cure the glitter into place and it won't be moving, which is super fab. I always mention this, but you can also do it on a glossy top coat base as well, whatever suits you. I don't really know actually what the right way is. It's just, this is the way I've always done it, so still doing it that way there. So here's the glitter. You know what, the day I actually finish this glitter will be a big day, I reckon, because there's so much of that glitter I have. And to be honest, it's one of my most picked up glitters just because it's so universal, because it just kind of matches any sort of coloured gel polish because of it being this whitey see-through kind of glitter. And it's literally the perfect glitter for sugaring. It literally looks like a sugared sweet on that nail. So this is what it's looking like, and now it's time to apply our base colours for the rest of the nail. So I believe I am going to apply 2 white nails, and one of which is also going to be a Semilac nail. And then for the 4th nail, we are actually just going to leave it for now because I will be doing a marble on that one later, but that will be in just a moment. So I'll be showing you guys me applying the first layer of the white now, and I'll also show you me applying the first layer of the Semilac gel polish. And then I'll come back to you guys with the second coat already done and ready to tackle the nail art. With the Semilac gel polishes, I must say, I've never came across a gel polish that bubbles as much as the Semilac ones do, which kind of makes me not too keen on them recently. I'm not too sure. I don't know, I buy super branded gel polishes, or if I buy even some cheap AliExpress kind of gel polishes, none of them ever have kind of been like the Semilac ones, and they almost feel liquidy, and no matter how, every time I literally do a stroke, it creates bubbles, so I have to do 20 million strokes to kind of help get rid of those bubbles. And I try to maybe stroke I don't know, not too quickly or gently, and like every time, no matter what I do, it just keeps creating bubbles. It's such a weird gel polish. I don't know whether I just got unlucky with that one, but it feels like quite a few of them that I have, it happens to, so I'm not too sure what's up with that one. So here's that butterfly that I've had for quite some time. I've already took it out of the little sheet I had it in, and as you can see, I chopped it in half, and that's because I really wanted that effect where the butterfly is coming across 2 nails. Once again, I wish the butterflies were much bigger. Unfortunately they're not. They are homemade, so I'm still trying to figure it out, the sizes, shapes. Of course, if I used a smaller size tip, it would have probably worked perfectly. It's all just dependent. So I think I'm using size 3s in these stilettos for today's video, so they're quite big, you know, thumb kind of sized nails, so they're bigger. But if you are going to pop the butterflies on your middle finger or the ring finger, for example, they will probably work absolutely perfectly. So as you can see, I am taking them out of the water and then popping them onto the nail, trying to, of course, level them out as much as possible, making sure that when they're next to each other, they are going to look like they connect. It can be quite tricky just because once it dries. You probably will find it quite hard to move them, so you have to work quick whilst it's still wet. You've got still that few seconds, or probably a few seconds where you can still kind of move it about quickly before it dries. So now I'm going in with my nail cleaner, my little wipe, and I'm just wiping away any dust or little fluff that got stuck there when I was applying the butterflies, because obviously the gel polish has a tacky layer, so me tapping away with my finger with that butterfly would probably transfer a few little fluffs onto the nail. So of course I was trying to make sure everything is off. The second one seemed to be absolutely fine. It was just the first one that had a bunch of fluffs. So now it's time for our marble nail. This is probably the nail that has the most work. It's the most work, but it's not actually that much work, but compared to the rest, that one has the most work. So I'm taking all of my gel polishes. I've got the pinky, I've got the purple, and I've got the black, and then I'm going to get a dotting tool and I'm just going to swirl it onto my plate, just kind of slightly mix them into each other, and then using an ombre brush. The ombre brush I'm using is like a super old ombre brush. I don't think I've ever even used it before. It's one of those like super cheap ones I probably bought ages ago on AliExpress or somewhere. This is what it looks like, and I'm just going to try and scoop up that gel polish and place it onto the nail. So there's all sorts of different ways of doing this actually. So you can do it just on the plain nail like I am. You can also apply some base coat and then kind of float the gel polish on top of the base coat, which will kind of help you with the blending and possibly even just kind of, it will help it disperse essentially, which could also cause a really nice effect. Or you can also just go ahead and use a blooming gel rather than a base coat. Kind of will work the same way. Of course the blooming gel will probably do a better job than the base coat. I think those are the 3 ways you can probably tackle it, I reckon. I just decided to go this way around. Yep, I don't really know. It's whatever floats your boat. And also with this technique, you also have to try to make sure to not put too thick of coats. If at any point the coat is way too thick and it will just have issues curing, you can always tap away on the sides to get rid of any excess. But luckily for me today, it was absolutely fine. There was nothing too crazy. I did feel like this nail had a bit too much black for my liking. I kind of wanted a bit more purple and pink. But never mind. If that's how you feel as well, just place a bit more of the coloured ones on your plate rather than the black. So now it's cured, and I'm taking that gorgeous gold colour, and I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I feel like the camera is in no way giving it justice. It's so sparkly in person. It's like the most perfect gold colour ever on the planet, I reckon. I cannot get enough of this colour. So I decided to go in my nail art brush and just kind of outline some areas that I could just enhance to kind of put the gold there. Kind of no way around it. It's just however you feel. You can even do hearts on there, really. You don't have to do lines. I just felt like I really wanted to almost make it look like it came with that marble effect, if that makes sense. So I do a few lines, and then once I'm happy, I will be popping that one into the lamp. And then the very last step will be to play about with those gold flakes. So I'm still unsure whether it still looks as nice as I kind of wanted it to. You could probably just leave it right here, right now. This nail looks absolutely gorgeous. It could be left, but I decided to add that extra little touch. So I'm going in with a base coat as a sticky layer. And I did that just because I wasn't too sure where to place them. And of course, those little flakes are super thin, so a base coat will stick them down perfectly, especially as we are going to go with a top coat on top of that. And I'm just placing I think I picked about 3 little areas where I kind of wanted to like put a little cluster in that area. And then once I was happy with those little clusters, so as you can see, there's one right at the top. I'll be doing one in the middle on the left hand side, and I believe I'll be doing one right at the bottom of the nail. And then once I'm happy, I did place a few just random little specks of those that, I don't know what that really is because I guess it's not glitter. A few specks just around randomly in those little gaps just to kind of make it still fit in. You'll see in just a moment. And then once I'm happy, I decided to pop that bad boy into the lamp, and then once it's back out, we'll be able to work on our crystal nail, which of course will be that purple nail. So I'm taking my Makartt rhinestone glue gel, and I'm going to place it onto the nail, and we are doing that little swoosh effect where we are placing our crystals from one end of the nail, and then at a slanted angle we are going all the way up to the other end of the nail. I hope that even makes sense. And yeah, so I'm placing that glue gel right there, and then I had these gold crystals, but I only have one size of them, so I decided to still kind of try and incorporate them somehow, just because we have that gold detailing in the other nail. I just wanted to kind of get that theme going. So those are the crystals, and then I'm going to mix and match them with some clear silvery crystals I had. So as you can see, I placed the 3 gold ones in the middle, and then as we go away from the middle, we are going to use just the silver crystals, because of course I don't have any other sized gold ones. And then we are just going to gradually go down in sizes with crystals, so by the time you're at the end of each, at the end of each side of the nail, I guess, you will be at the lowest size of crystal, if that makes sense. So as you can see, as I'm gradually going right down to the bottom of that nail, we are going to use the smallest crystal, and same thing right at the top. Eventually we are going to use the tiniest little crystals I have. And I actually quite like how it came out. I think in person it's so sparkly and it looks kind of cute. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. And then once you're happy, we will pop it into the lamp, which is almost the final step, almost. We're going to cure it. And then the very last step will be to top coat this one. So I am going to be using my Glitterbels top coat, the no wipe top coat, and I decided to do a little trick because once again I'm still running out, but I decided to do a little trick just because I always keep just trying to scrape up polish out of that bottle, and there's always constantly polish coming out, but obviously it's making it seem like there's almost nothing left, but it always comes out. So I thought, how about throughout this video whilst I'm filming, I flip it upside down so everything goes down to the bottom, and then when it's time to top coat, I can just flip it back to how it was, or at least on the side, and then use my brush and see how much came out, and loads came out. So today's top coating session was super quick. I didn't have to faff about too much. There was a lot of gel polish just right up to the top of my brush, which was a bit annoying, but of course I prefer that than trying to go into the bottle about 30 times trying to scrape the absolute last little drops, which apparently there's more than I was expecting, but that's perfectly fine. So that's probably why you also see me scraping up the top coat from like right at the top of that handly bit, just because there's so much on there. There was like little I don't know, clusters of top coat up there, so I was scraping it up and placing it there on the last nail. Of course, when top coating crystal nails, do try and make sure you don't top coat the crystals, just because they will end up losing their shine, and that's definitely not what you want, especially if you're not using any real crystals. So once you do that and you're happy, we are going to pop this one into the lamp, and then once it comes out, we'll be able to see the final results. If you guys end up recreating the set, don't forget to tag me. I'd love to see them, give you back a follow, all of that kind of stuff. So here's the final results. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like purple as much as I do, although pink is probably my favorite. So yeah, like the video, subscribe to me please, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.